So I'm going to read this. This is from a paper that I wrote with one of my students named Jacob Hirsch. We haven't published this paper yet. I want to read it to you because, like I said, I don't have this information at hand quite as well as I would like to. So this way I can get the information to you better. Disgust is considered to be one of the basic human emotions, defined by a strong revulsion and desire to withdraw from an eliciting stimulus or event. Darwin noted this back in 1872, so he was the first person to note that disgust was a basic emotion. Physically, disgust is accompanied by a distinct facial expression involving constriction of the oral and nasal cavities. You know, and that's a really good way to insult someone, you know. All you have to do to really insult someone is make a disgust face at them or at something they said. They really do not like that. Because basically what you're saying is, you're kind of like a parasite or an infectious disease. Evolutionary models of disgust propose that this emotion evolved to help us avoid contaminated or harmful foods or other potential sources of diseases such as sexual contact. In addition to its role in directly helping to expel harmful foods from the body, disgust also forms an important component of the behavioral immune system, the suite of psychological mechanisms that aid in the detection and avoidance of potential contaminants before they can make contact with the body. Means obsessive-compulsive disorder. You know, people will touch something that they regard as contaminated and then rush off to wash their hands and wash and wash and wash. Like some of them will wash till the soap's gone. They'll have showers till they run out of hot water. Like they just can't stop. That's part of obsessive-compulsive disorder. It looks like it's a disorder of disgust, even though it's classified with the anxiety disorders. Harsh, inducing disgust responses, whether via a foul order, a disgusting work environment, or recalling a disgusting experience, leads individuals to assign harsher punishments to others who had committed moral transgressions. Ha! Here's something else. So if your judge is easily disgusted and you've done something relatively disgusting, or maybe if the courtroom doesn't smell so good that day, well then you're going to end up in jail longer. It also, here's the worst situation. You go into court and you're applying for parole. Okay, and it's just before lunch and the courtroom doesn't smell good. It's like you're not going to get parole because hungry judges are much more likely to deny you parole. And then, of course, judges who are sensitive to disgust are going to regard your moral transgression as harsher, and you can prime that. And so, I think the data show that judges after lunch are like 70% more likely to grant parole. It's like whether or not the judge is hungry is a bigger determinant of whether or not you get parole than what you've done. It's really quite funny, you know, unless you're up for parole.